In 2014, I had a plan, modest in scope, to celebrate the National Park Service's centennial in 2016. I planned to create a series of paintings from the Mississippi National River and Recreation Area, the Park Service's 72-mile corridor of river that runs through Minneapolis and St. Paul. Then, a growing obsession with the river kept my project from ending when it was supposed to, and an additional 2,000 miles of Mississippi River made its way across my canvases. When I first had the idea of extending the project to the river's entire length, I confess it seemed a bit mad. The parameters were big. The river is more than 2,300 miles long, starting nearly in Canada and ending in subtropical bayou. It widens to over a mile across as it gathers water from 31 states. Whole other dimensions are added by time, through human history and geologic forces that impact the river, making it deeply complex. The Mississippi has a great number of faces and defies generalization through a few simple portraits. Even after having lived a good portion of my life near its shores, I was gripped by the essential question: what is this river? I've had a long time to ponder that in a visual way. In fact, several decades ago, I finished my first plein air oil painting on an island in the Mississippi River. Countless paintings and miles later, I suppose I should be surprised that the Mississippi could be the focus still of my latest paintings. But the need for this long inquiry, however, can only surprise someone who has not traveled the river's length and would not know its complexities. This project of painting the entire length of the Mississippi River spanned 3 intense years. During that time, I made many trips to the river from my Pennsylvania home, which coincidentally is near the source of the Mississippi's easternmost tributary, the Allegheny River. I made sure that I was there for blizzards and heat waves alike to see what the river might show me. The impression that held throughout that time and the river's length was that of the big river's enormous transformations. This is by no means limited to the fact that at its beginning you can cross the Mississippi in a few quick steps that may not even get your feet wet, while at its mouth on the other end, as it empties into the Gulf of Mexico, even by airplane, it takes far longer to cross. Nor is it limited to the realization that the same river is prime habitat for both moose and then alligators. Actually, the river can change expression very quickly, hosting an urban center on one shore, open land on the other, or go from uninhabited wooded shores and marshes to the hard geometry of factories and tangle-piped refineries in short order. On one side is Cahokia Mounds, the remains of the long-gone metropolis of the Mississippian culture. Directly across the river now is the contemporary metropolis of the city of St. Louis, that close and palpable, yet separated by a chasm of time and ways. The reality of these shifts inspired different responses in my paintings, from carefully assembled bridges to fluid skies and interlaced trees. The catalog for the exhibition shows many detail photos exactly to scale, as if you cut a 10 by 10 inch section out from the painting. These were included to show more clearly the shifting responses that I had to different environments along the river, expressed in the painting's surfaces. As I was finishing this project, a film was produced about Vincent van Gogh titled Loving Vincent. The film used a quote from one of Van Gogh's last letters to his brother, written the week that Vincent died. He wrote, "Well, the truth is, we cannot speak other than by our paintings." And so it is. Rather than explaining, these paintings show what I found stirring about this long waterway, the river that courses through the heart of a nation and through the lives that it touches. I'm Thomas Paquette, and these are my paintings of America's river.